Hello everyone and welcome back to Self Plays, and today I am going to be sharing 3 loadouts that I believe are the best loadouts for beginners in Warzone. And there are a lot of opinions about guns in Warzone. Some guns have better TTKs, but here's the thing, TTKs don't matter at all if you can't hit your shots. And if you're a beginner in Warzone, you will struggle with recoil control and with your aim. So I will give you 3 loadouts that will give you a competitive edge to players who have been playing this game for over a year now. Now to get into the loadouts. The first one that I would recommend would be the QBZ. And the QBZ I believe will rise even more now because of the Krig nerf, and the QBZ has almost no recoil as it is. It has good TTK, especially if you're aiming at those upper chest multipliers. So what loadout would I use with the QBZ? I would use the agency suppressor, the last barrel, the task force barrel. I would use the field agent grip, the 45 round mag, and the 3x scope. Now if you do believe that you do not care about ADS speeds, because I use this build specifically because I do not like the slow ADS with the 60 round mag, but if you do not care about that because you're going to be using this gun at range, I would drop the 45 round mag and I would put the 60 round mag on, and this would be your build. And do give it a try. It is a really good gun. If you've been using the Krig, you will definitely like the QBZ, especially after the nerf to the Krig. Now getting into the ODS. The ODS did receive a small damage range nerf, but I don't think that's significant, because what you have to keep in mind that the SMGs already have a very short damage range as it is. So 6% reduction to that means absolutely nothing. So the loadout that I use with the OTS is the Grau suppressor, the task force barrel, the bruiser grip, the 40 round fast mag. And use the fast mag because the 40 round mags are not enough. The OTS does have a good fire rate, so I believe that the fast mag gives you a chance to quickly reload and get back into a fight. And I'll pair that up with the targeting spotlight. Now if you do believe that the task force barrel does make it a bit difficult for you to control recoil, I would drop this and I would put the reinforced heavy barrel, the reinforced barrel on. Now this will hurt your mobility a lot, but you are already using the targeting spotlight and the bruiser grip to counter that. And if you believe you do not need a barrel whatsoever, I would drop that barrel and I would put on the KGB skeletal stock, and this will make you incredibly fast with this gun. Definitely try this out. Try the variations out and see which one works best for your playstyle. So the second loadout that I will talk about is the Grau 556 and the CX9. Now keep in mind that you can swap these ARs and these secondaries as you like. So the CX9 can be paired up with the QBZ and the OTS can be paired up with the Grau. It's however you feel and whatever feels better to you. So the Grau has been a very accurate gun since the day Warzone came out. It did receive a nerf, but it's still very easy to use. The loadout that it's standard for Modern Warfare ARs is the mono suppressor, the longest barrel, which would be the Archangel for the Grau, the Commando foregrip, the 60 round mags, and the VLK 3x optic. Now one thing we know about the Grau has amazing iron sights. So I would even drop the VLK 3x optic if you don't believe you need it, and use the tac laser. This gives you better ADS speeds, and also you can still pick people off at range with those iron sights, and without the scope the Grau feels like it does not move without even controlling the recoil. So this is the build that these are the 2 builds that I would recommend for the Grau. For the CX9, I have 2 builds. One is for hipfire and one is for standard aiming down sights and shooting your gun. So the hipfire build would be the mono suppressor, the Merc foregrip, the 50 round drum mag, the 5 mW laser, and the CX FR stock. And this is an amazing hipfire build for the CX9. The mobility is good enough that you compete with most of the Cold War guns, as we do know that the Cold War guns have much greater mobility and much faster mobility compared to the Modern Warfare guns. But this build does give you quick enough mobility to abuse that hipfire. Now, if you do not want a hip fire build, I would take off the mono suppressor. I would put on the last barrel, which comes with a sound suppressor built in. I would put the tack laser on, and this is the build I would use if I'm not planning to hip fire. So do give it a shot. I do believe the CX9 is a bit underrated. I don't see it enough, and it definitely competes with the current SMG meta. Getting into the last loadout that I would recommend, and it will still be the Krig. I still believe that the Krig is incredibly accurate, and as I said before, TTKs don't mean much if you can't hit your shots. So the loadout that I use with the Krig is the agency suppressor, the ranger barrel, the field agent, the secure round mags, and the 3x scope. Now, if you believe you need much more recoil control, which I do not need, you would require with the Krig, I would drop the ranger and go with the mil-spec, and this would be your loadout. And if you want a quicker ADS with the mil-spec barrel, I would just drop the secure round mags for the 45 round mags. And this is the loadout for the Krig. These are 3 loadouts that I would recommend for the Krig. Try it out, which one works the best for you, which one you feel is the best, because at the end it does come down to what feels good to you. For the Gallo, now this is a controversial weapon. People do not like shotguns, but they are quite powerful in this game. The Gallo is in an amazing spot right now with the nerfs to the Street Sweeper, the Origin. This is a really good shotgun to use. The loadout that I would recommend would be the agency choke, the reinforced heavy barrel. I would use the ember sighting point with this, the 12 round mag, and I would pair this up with the nose dog. This is the loadout that I would recommend using for the Gallo, and this is an amazing loadout. Hip fire with this gun, try it out. You can wipe out duos and trios solo using this gun. It is really good, and it is ridiculously broken if you use it right. Now, there you have it. Those are the 3 loadouts that I would recommend for beginners in Warzone post Season 5 Reloaded. And do keep in mind that you can swap out these primaries and secondaries however you feel like. You can use the QBZ with the OTS or the Gallo or the CX9, whatever feels good to you. So that is all we have for this video. Do like the video and subscribe for more, and I will see you all next time.